The truth about anxiety that no one is telling you is that even though you think anxiety is a problem, it's not. And here's the truth that most therapists, coaches, and even mental health professionals aren't really telling you. And once you understand that, everything changes. Anxiety is not your enemy. It's your body trying to protect you from something it doesn't realize is over. Now let that sink in for a moment. Your anxiety, that racing heart, the shallow breath, the tight chest, the obsessive thoughts, the constant tension, it's not weakness. It's not even dysfunction. It's not all in your head. Although technically, yes, everything is in your head, but you know what I mean. It's all about being a survival system doing its job a little too well. Your body thinks you're still in danger. You may not feel unsafe in the moment. You're not being chased. There's no big explosions. There's no visible threats. So your brain and your nervous system, they're stuck in the past. They're reacting to situations as if you're still under threat. Maybe it was childhood stress. Maybe it was trauma. Maybe it was years of criticism, rejection, being misunderstood or unsupported. Whatever it was, your system has learned, stay alert, stay tense, stay ready for something about to go wrong. So now it does, all the time. And a slow reply from someone, they're pulling away from you. You have a filling box? Oh my God, I'm already behind. A slight mistake? Oh my God, I've ruined everything. You're not overreacting. You're reliving. And it's the part that will change your life. If anxiety is a protective response, that means it's not something to fight. It's something to teach a neural to. It's something to help let go of all useless stuff. Your brain doesn't need another mindset shift. Your body doesn't need to be pushed through. What you need is a way to communicate with that part of you that's still living like you're in danger and help it show it how to stop. And that's why surface level strategies like CBT, journaling, or even just talking about it often fall short. They talk to the thinking brain, the left brain, if we were to oversimplify. And anxiety lives in the reactive, emotional, imaginative brain. And that part is a part that moves before you can explain anything to it. And that is the part that needs healing and helping. That's why hypnotherapy changes everything. Hypnotherapy isn't about controlling your mind. It's about accessing like deeper systems that actually run the show. So you can finally shift how your body reacts to the world around you. You don't need to think your way out of panic. Good luck with that. You don't need to force yourself through fear. You don't need to keep managing something that can be transformed. When you stop treating anxiety like the enemy and you start seeing it for what it really is, it's a bodyguard who's stuck in the past, then everything softens. You just stop battling your mind. You start retraining your responses. You finally feel safe, not just in theory, but in your nervous system deep down. And that's when life really begins. So rethink everything you've been told about anxiety. Anxiety is not a flaw, it's not your fault, and it's not permanent. It's just a system that needs to be shown a different way to operate. You don't need more discipline, you don't need more willpower. You need a method that goes deeper than words and actually creates change. That's what I do. That's what hypnotherapy offers. So if you're ready to take the first step toward peace that actually feels real, give me a shout. You've tried thinking your way through it. Now it's time to feel your way out. Thank you for watching.